We've got his weapon. Kim can keep him at bay with it. I could give him a kicking, but I think he'll be angry enough as is. What sort of a world do we live in where people can't just leave their bikes hanging around without chaining them up to stop people like me stealing them? I have to be careful. They mustn't see me. The hanger fits exactly into the hollow of the bamboo pole. That should work, but I still have to be careful. Hey, there's a window. If my sense of direction isn't completely off, this window should lead to the alley next to the house. Kim, there's a window out there in the hallway. Let's get out of here.
Finally. He's probably going to wake up at any moment.
This is taking forever. Boss should have been back ages ago.
Should I go see what's keeping him?
Nah, the boss said we should wait here, and orders are orders.
Why did it take so long, boss? Did you stay for a cup of tea or something?
Shut up. The girl wasn't alone. That guy Paddock was there too. They're gone. The maps too.
Paddock? I thought he was at the bottom of the harbor.
You thought wrong. They cannot be far. Tell the others and start a search. This time, I will watch him die.
Hey, wait. Let me check if it's safe.
And what's the grand plan now?
We have to get to the airport. We'll be safe at my office for a while. I'll explain everything when we get there.
Over here. We found them.
Damn! Kim, the truck's running. Jump in and step on it. I'll cover you.
What about you?
Drive! I'll jump in the back.
They're taking the truck!
I can see that myself. Get the car.
Oh, crap. Better find a way to get on the truck. Kim!
Yeah?
Hit the brakes!
Are you crazy? Do you want those guys to run you over?
She's got a point. Kim!
Yeah?
Pedal to the metal, Kim!
All right. Hold on tight.
Kim! The brakes!
Okay, whatever you say. Everything okay?
Yeah! Hurry up! Kim, we can't lead these guys to the airport. We've got to lose them.
But I know! Suggestions?
Stay on this road. I'll get rid of them. Yeah, I think I could use that to pull the piece of glass towards me. Whoa. Somehow he missed me. But shot the bamboo clean in half. Well, it's still long enough to try again. I cut off a small piece of tarpaulin. It's small enough. I'll wrap the wrap around the end.
I've lit the end of the pole. Perhaps not the best course of action in an enclosed space, but as far as Paddock's concerned, fire makes any situation more exciting.
I'll take a few rockets out. Tight fit, but it's a good one. Open fire.
Idiot, can't you see that they are getting away? What are you waiting for? Put your foot down!
The engine's dead, boss.
Oh, no. Oh, damn it.
Well, we lost them for now, but they won't be far behind.
Then you haven't got long to fill me in, have you? What's going on?
You have to leave Hong Kong, Kim. The Tong Triad wants your uncle's notes, and they're not known for asking nicely.
What do they want them for?
I don't know. Yet. But you have to trust me.
Trust you? And how am I supposed to do that? You disappear for over a year and then turn up on my doorstep like nothing's changed.
Kim, forget about that for 5 seconds. You're not safe here.
And where do you suggest I go? I haven't learned to disappear into thin air since we last met.
Don't worry, my plane's fueled up and ready. We can leave straight away.
In your plane. And just where do you suggest we go?
Well, I have some things to take care of in Tibet. You could come with me.
You're out of your mind! Until you tell me what's going on, I'm staying right here.
We don't have time for this. Come with me and I'll explain on the way.
I can't come with you. What am I supposed to do in Tibet?
Damn it, they're on their way here right now. Kimmy, either you get into the plane voluntarily or I'm going to bundle you into the cargo hold.
But it's ice cold in there. I don't even have any stuff. Sweater, makeup, toothbrush.
I've got stuff. Have it all if you like.
Well, I'll have a sweater. You can keep your toothbrush.
Whatever. Get moving.
So, Fenton, I suppose we're safe now?
Yes. Yes, I'd say we are.
Good. Time to tell me your side of the story.
Okay. What do you want to know? Where should I start?
Was it your fault that the dock workers died?
I was officer in command that evening. The situation was getting out of hand. The workers got violent, throwing things. That's why we wanted to pull out. Nobody was supposed to get hurt. I was about to get everyone withdrawn when Richard went down. A few of the dock workers dived on him. It was a split-second decision. I stayed, ran over to Richard. God knows what they would have done to him. Then things really got out of hand. Part of my unit followed me, and I suppose the workers thought we wanted to break them up. So they attacked us.
What happened next?
One of my men opened fire. You get bad orders, you lose your nerve. It happens. Everyone started shooting into the crowd. I tried to call a ceasefire, 8 people died before I did. I should have left Richard behind.
What?
1 life versus 8. Easy maths.
You can't weigh one life against another. It's not how it works.
How kind of you. So now you're on my side. It was my job to know things might get out of hand. I had an order and I ignored it. We were explicitly told to withdraw to prevent people getting killed.
Fenton, that is so... I don't know. If you hadn't been there to help Richard, he would have been killed, and...
I know, Kim, and I don't regret having saved Richard's life. But I'm not proud of what I did. Those 8 men. Their families. That day is burnt into the back of my mind.
You mean being discharged from the army?
Yes. Among other things.
But if all that's true, then it was just an accident. Didn't it count for anything that you saved the life of the governor's son?
Richard was supposed to be kept out of it all. You never know what people might start saying if they knew he was there. Richard pulled all the strings he could to keep me out of prison. I owe him everything. Other people wanted to see my head roll afterwards. The Empire had to find a way to appease the Chinese population, so the person responsible was dishonorably discharged from His Majesty's service. And I accept that decision. In spite of the circumstances, I had a job to do and I failed. Richard and his unit were deployed in northern India soon after. We've hardly seen each other since.
Fenton,
Yes?
why didn't you tell us about all this? Did you really think we wouldn't believe you?
Who knows?
But
The men who were shot were your people. I guess I figured it would change things between us.
you could have trusted us. My uncle missed you.
And
Nothing. So, why don't you tell me what we're doing in Tibet?
curiosity killed the cat, you know.
Well, we've cheated death several times in the last few hours, so I reckon we're on a roll. Anyway, you promised you'd tell me.
Okay. Richard needs my help again. The irony of fate. He disappeared on an expedition. No trace of him or his men for weeks, but it's all top secret. So Lord Weston asked me to go after him. Unofficially, he knows I'd do anything for Richard.
And? What does all that have to do with my uncle's maps?
Obviously, Richard used them to plan his route. That's why I'm hoping the maps will help me find him.
And the Triads? Are they looking for Richard too?
I don't think so. But it can't be coincidence.
So, what do you want to do next?
Well, we're almost there. I'll drop you off in Katang before I start. You'll find a few decent hostels there. I guess I'll be gone 2 or 3 weeks. Once winter hits, I won't be able to cross the mountains. If I haven't found Richard by then.
Wait. Did I miss something? You're dropping me off in Pawang?
Katang.
Whatever, I'm not going. I'm not gonna wait in some dump in the middle of nowhere for you to ride in on your high horse and rescue me a month down the line.
Fine. What do you suggest? You're not coming with me? To say you're unprepared would be an understatement.
But that's not what I was saying. I just don't want to be left behind in some mountain village. There must be some larger city en route, right?
No, we're talking about Tibet. The only other option would be Lhasa, but that's too far out of the way. You're staying in Katang until I get back.
I'm sorry. Maybe you didn't notice, but it's been quite a while since we last saw each other. I'm not a little girl anymore. And you can't push me around like you used to.
I'm sorry, Kim. I just don't want to drag you into all this any further. The last time I tried to help Richard, things didn't go too well. I don't want that to happen again. You understand? Really, it's better this way.
Great. And what am I supposed to do while you're gone? Yak herding? Every little girl's dream. What if something happens to you? I'll be stuck there forever. Or at least until some other thoughtless gung-ho pilot accidentally strays this way and picks me up.
Kim, duck!
Damn it!
Did he just shoot at us?
A German fighter plane?
He just shot at us! I can't believe it!
What's he doing in Tibet?
I couldn't care less. He shot at us. He actually just shot at us. Shoot back!
What?
You know, shoot back. Machine guns, cannons.
I deliver sacks of rice to Kathmandu for a living. This is a cargo plane, not a war machine, and therefore, no, it does not have any weapons on board.
You're telling me we have no way of defending ourselves?
I didn't say that. Take the controls. I'm going to the back to take care of our little friend.
Okay, Fenton. Think. Think of a plan. Plan. I'll take one with me. If the pumpkin had an opening to pour the flour into, it would work. But it doesn't. So it won't. We've got some holes in this baby now. Very good. I'll pour some water into the pumpkin. And now some more flour. Best regards from His Majesty.
Fenton, the plane is on fire! We're on fire!
Oh no! He hit the starboard engine. Don't panic! I'll switch it off and try to stabilize us.
You can fly with one engine?
This baby's got 3, which means we've got 2 left. But don't worry, I'm an expert at emergency landings. Crap! I've never tried it with only one wing before. There's a field over there. I'm taking us down. Hold on tight!
Fenton!
It better be important, Lieutenant.
Indeed. Our contact in Hong Kong has reported back.
Continue.
It looks like the cartographer's records have disappeared.
What do you mean? Disappear to where? And what about the cartographer?
He died just recently, only a few days after passing on copies of his maps to the British Recon Unit.
And the originals? Someone must have them.
The men we've assigned to the job assume the originals are in the hands of the cartographer's niece. Unfortunately, they were not able to reach the girl because a former soldier is protecting her.
Better and better. If you want something done, do it yourself.
In any event, the girl and the soldier were able to escape.
I am somewhat disappointed, Lieutenant. But very well. We will continue reasonably. Who is this soldier? Why might he need the maps? What kind of threat is he to us? Collect all the information you can on him and the girl. I will be flying to Berlin for a week. I expect answers when I return.
Jawohl.
Anything else, Lieutenant?
One of our recon aircraft is missing. It was on routine surveillance this morning and hasn't returned. I suggest sending out a search unit.
Yes, do so. If the machine has crashed, you must find the pilot as well as the aircraft. Get rid of any traces that might lead to our camp.
It will mean the majority of the men being sent out.
Yes. I emphasize once again. Find the crashed aircraft and eliminate all tracks leading to us. Our mission must remain confidential at all costs until we have opened the chamber in the monastery. After that, we will not need to hide from anyone ever again.
What happened? Kim.
Kimmy? Can you hear me? Kim, please say something.
Damn it. I need to get up there fast. Looks like I can still use this. It's only the seat that's missing. I'll take it with me. I could use that to pry open the lid. Who would have guessed? It worked. The crate's open. Let's see what we have here. A gramophone and a few records. Most of it smashed to pieces. I'd take a ration pack over smashed records any day. Although I'd take whole records and a working gramophone over the ration pack. Josephine Baker is all the sustenance I need. The record's shattered and the rest of the gramophone's MIA. Not promising. Oh no. The wrecked Messerschmitt. Looks like it didn't get much further than my little Ford. Good. Might be something over there I can use to help Kim. I need to get over this crevasse first. I don't really need a sled with legs just now. I can use this to collect some snow. I doubt I can move it. No point trekking up there for no reason. I'll spread the snow evenly across the rock, but I'll need a couple more loads to get everything covered nicely. Okay, I'm done. I can use this to replace the missing seat. I can't believe I'm about to jump a crevasse in a sled, but it's all fixed up and there's enough snow. Made my sled better lie in it.
Yoo-hoo!
Can't believe that worked. Stunning. Let's see if I can find anything useful. Considering the temperatures, I really don't need to get any important part of my body wet right now. There's some sharp edges. I can't remove it with bare hands. A dirty pilot's jacket. The pockets are empty, but something seems to be sewn in between the leather and the lining. Most of the cockpit is missing. Looks like the pilot got out in time. Binoculars. The gramophone horn has an opening in the bottom. This makes it an impractical liquid receptacle. The jacket could do with a I could use that to remove the cover without cutting my hands. The wing is too heavy to take with me. but I can push it over the slippery ground. Considering the temperatures, I really don't need to get any important... No thanks, my fingers are already frozen stiff. No thanks, my fingers are already frozen stiff. A dirty pipe. Ah, that'll work. I can cut out the jacket lining to find some kind of document. A piece of lambskin, cut from the pilot's jacket. I think he could have done with putting this thing through the wash a bit more often. Probably smelled better when it was alive. If my German's up to scratch, which it isn't, but let's assume it is, then this is the permit you need for safe escort through a foreign country during a military operation. I should have a closer look at it.
Whoa! Good boy! Good sheep!
The Argali's trying to defend its territory. I'll leave it to it.
Kim!
Thank goodness. She's alive.
Kim! Can you hear me?
Damn it, she's unconscious. But I'll never get her out of the wreck without her help. I need to wake her somehow. I can't reach it. The propeller blade's too short. I can't reach the parachute with it. Perhaps I can push the cockpit to the side a bit and then pull Kim out. No chance. I'll never get Kim out of there without her help. The propeller blade's too short. I can't reach the parachute with it. Okay, I'll put the lambskin on the sled so I'll have a nice soft seat next time. Hey, this is starting to look like an animal. And now for some legs. Wow, this thing is uncannily lifelike. I mean, if I squint my eyes a bit, it starts to scare me. I wonder what'll happen next. Ah, it destroyed my beautiful handiwork. Oh well. What are those strange lumps? Looks like coal. Or... oh no, of course not. It's poo. I don't want to steal these and end up getting smited. Oh, ancient Tibetan god, if you want to hold on to these, please give me some sign. Nope, I guess we're good. This horn broke off when the Algali went after my sled. Oh, and now the leather strap is coming off. Great. Okay, I'll wet the leather strap. It's cold. Oh, nice. The strap's frozen through already. Pleasant aroma or not, this stuff is better off in there than outside, and I feel more comfortable about it. I'll light one of them. Oh, what a stink. Perfume's not really a man's thing. The incense isn't hot enough to light the dung. The stick's just smoldering. That's not enough heat.
I don't think she's into that sort of thing. Smelling salts or anything a bit more perfumed might be a good plan. It's burnt down. I need a fresh one.
Let's see. That stuff actually burns. And it doesn't even smell that bad. Finally, a stroke of luck.
I don't think she's into that sort of thing. Smelling salts or anything a bit more perfumed might be a good plan.
I've lit an incense stick. The smell from this thing could wake the dead.
This smoke is vile. Let's hope it wakes her up. Kim! You alive?
What? Yeah, I think so. Oof, what's that awful smell?
Sorry, I had to wake you up somehow. And I didn't really think you'd like the alternative. Are you sure you're okay?
Pretty sure. My head is aching and I'm cold as ice, but other than that, everything's fine.
We have to get you out of there. Help me lift the roof of the cockpit. Damn it! It's barely budging.
Now what? You better have a plan B.
I'm working on it.
Whatever you're doing, do it faster.
I need more strength to get the cockpit off. That might work. The parachute from my plane. It looks in one piece. Let's get this chute hooked up to the cockpit. Okay, ripcord time. Ha! Did you see that? Done.
Wonderful. I'm gonna kill you anyway.
Do it later. Right now, we have to get you out of this wreck. Well, thawed out again. You slept almost 4 hours.
I'm still pretty cold.
Move about a bit. You'll warm up. We've got the fire burning. We're not going to keel over anytime soon.
Wow, you really know how to reassure a girl. So what do we do now? Let me guess. You'll think of something.
We'll have to stay here for the night. It'll be dark soon.
A whole night? In the cold? Oh, wonderful. That's something to tick off my to-do before I die list. Probably the last thing. Remind me. You made me leave Hong Kong because... What was it you said? To be safe? Yeah, that was it. Come with me, you said. Otherwise the Triads will kill you, you said.
Kim.
You're safe with me, you said. The great hero, Fenton Paddock.
Kim!
Let Fenton Paddock keep you safe. Absolutely no chance of being chased by Triads, shot down by Nazis, and stranded in the middle of the Himalayas to freeze to death. No, sir.
Kim, shut up for a second and listen to me. While you were sleeping, I checked out your uncle's documents.
So?
He was traveling this region in 1922 with a researcher named Arthur Hayes. Ring any bells?
Yes, Uncle Wang told me about that expedition. Many times. Professor Hayes had taken him along on his Himalaya trip as a cartographer.
Well, I noticed something really strange. Most of his notes are written in traditional Chinese, but your uncle wrote some of the sections in a language I've never seen before. According to what I could read, he and Hayes were looking for a monastery, which they figured was in this region. Do you know what that means?
That you can't read every kind of language?
Be serious. If there really is a monastery somewhere around here, it might be a safe place to head towards.
Okay. My uncle sometimes wrote certain things in a kind of secret script that only he and I could decipher. Show me the documents.
Here, can you read any of it?
Well, it says here that a storm hit and my uncle and Professor Hayes took shelter in a cave.
We were more than happy to have found shelter in time. When we moved further into the cave, we noticed we were not the only ones seeking shelter there. In the glow of our torches, we recognized a man leaning against the cave wall. Hayes spoke to him, but the stranger did not react. On closer inspection, we realized why. The man was dead. He was frozen stiff, and it was likely he had already been there for quite some time. The man was wearing a monk's robe and presumably had an attack of weakness during a pilgrimage. Hayes brought my attention to something. The torn up and burned remains of a parchment lay beside the corpse. It is possible that the monk had used the last of his strength to build a fire. On examining the burnt remains more closely, it turned out to be a map. Hayes was able to determine a few checkpoints and thus conclude that it showed the region we were in. The texts we were able to identify on the map were written in an ancient script, of which Hayes was able to translate little. While the professor's eyes wandered across the map, he suddenly gasped. His trembling fingers moved over one word, Kembalong. Hayes, who had studied every possible source of information prior to beginning his expedition, explained that many myths and legends shrouded a valley by that name. They say there is an ancient monastery in the valley where no outsider has ever been. According to the legends, the monks from Kembalong Valley guard an ancient and very powerful secret. It was possible that we had come across a key to this hidden valley, and Hayes suddenly became excited when he realized what that could mean for him, the leader of the Tibet expedition. In that moment, I took a closer look at the dead monk. Could he be one of those monks living a secluded life in the valley? Where did he want to go? Or was he returning from somewhere and didn't have the strength to continue? My eyes dropped to his hands, and I noticed that the fingers of his left hand were wrapped tightly around something. Hayes noticed it too and opened the clutched fingers in a somewhat harsh manner. Hayes grasped the object and held it to the light of my torch. It was a stone, resembling the eye of a dragon. There was a green gemstone in its center, through which the light was refracted, falling onto the walls in a most fascinating pattern. Hayes put the stone away. He must have noticed the look on my face, because he justified himself. He remarked that the stone was better off in the hands of a researcher than those of some farmers or shepherds who might discover the cave someday.
Okay, now skip a few passages. Did they find the monastery?
Hold your horses. It's been a while since I last read this stuff. I'm a little rusty. They headed off to find the Kembalong Valley, but the approaching winter made it impossible. They couldn't make it through the mountains, so they broke off the hunt. They got home, and Hayes tried to raise money for another expedition with better equipment, but nobody was interested. People figured he was hunting myths. Uncle drew a map showing the valley's estimated location. It shows us where they gave up as well.
Perfect. We can use it.
I don't know. It's all pretty vague. How do you know the monastery exists at all?
Hayes and your uncle believed it was here. Right now, that's good enough for me. And to be perfectly honest, it is our only chance.
Then I suppose we don't have a choice.
Wait. Can you hear that?
Sounds like an engine. Oh no. Not another plane?
No, that's not a plane. It sounds more like... a truck. Grab your stuff. Change of plan.
What?
We're following the truck. It must be going somewhere.
Could we stop for a moment, please?
No, we need to keep moving. The snow's already starting to cover the tracks. Can you make it a bit further?
Do I have a choice?
I'm sure we'll find something soon.
And what makes you so sure?
I'm a boundless optimist.
Hey, what is that?
Looks like a military camp.
I didn't know Tibet had an army.
They don't. Remember that fighter plane?
Germans? What are they doing here? Have they attacked Tibet?
I doubt it. Let's break out the glasses. Damn it.
What's going on?
They're holding British soldiers captive. There's at least one officer with them.
Richard?
No, not Richard. But maybe someone from his unit.
They must have met the Germans somewhere along the line.
What are we going to do?
What do you think? Rescue the officer, debrief him, find the rest of his group, and get everyone home in time for tea and medals.
And we do that how?
We? Forget it, Kim. You've made it this far, but you're sitting this one out.
What? You expect me to just sit here and watch while you break into a heavily guarded military camp, get caught and tortured, and then leave me to freeze to death?
For now, we just need to get the lay of the land. Then we'll wait till dark and make a foolproof plan. How's that?
Why do I always let you talk me round?
Maybe because you actually think I'm a pretty great guy.
Dream on, Paddock.
Okay, so far, so easy. Something tells me that's about to change. This place is bigger than it looked. What the hell are the Germans up to out here?
Where are you going, Werner?
To take a leak!
Just make sure you don't fall down a crevasse. It's like Swiss cheese around here, you know.
I'm not stupid, you know.
Good thing he picked the other side of the barracks to do his business. The guards seem to be having a nice little tea party. If they want to slack off, that's just fine by me. Actually, another time, another place, I might join them. It's locked. Let's see what that sign says. Wow, 2 crash landings in one day. Bad karma. Ah well, 2 crashes and no casualties. That's something. Although I dropped some of my gear. Never mind, let's get out of here.
Paddock? Fenton, can you hear me?
Kim? Damn it, didn't I tell you to wait?
Oh, stop playing the hero. It doesn't suit you. Of course, I could always just leave you here and go back.
No. Just make sure nobody sees you.
Don't fret. What's it look like down there? Can you climb back up?
Not through the tunnel. I've slid down about 10 meters. But there are some passages here.
Shh, be quiet.
Kim? Kimmy? Is everything okay?
Yep, coast clear. I'll take a look around up here. There must be something we can get you back up with.
Okay, but be careful.
Always. I'll take a paper with me. If I need more, I'll know where to find them. Let's see if I can find something useful in all this. These notes belong to my uncle. He recorded everything that happened during his expedition with Professor Hayes in 1922. Some of the text is written in a secret code that only my uncle and I can read. It seems he wanted to prevent anyone else from reading certain information, such as the section where he describes how he and Hayes found a dead monk who had a gemstone shaped like a dragon's eye and a half-burned map in his possession. The map contained unusual characters in an ancient script and the layout of a hidden valley that Hayes was desperate to find. It's not doing much good here, so I'll just take it with me. There's no such thing as the wrong time and place for home economics, apart from perhaps anywhere and everywhere in a male-dominated society. Doc! I better make sure I don't join him. Fancy some light reading, Paddock? Watch it, Fenton! If this hits you in the face, you won't get any uglier, but you can still lose a few brain cells. If Fenton fell down 10 meters or more, this rope will never reach him. Maybe he could use it down there. I'm about to throw you a rope, Fenton. But don't worry, I have no intention of tying you down. You might want to back up a bit. I wonder if I can work out what made these holes. Now I know. Those are smoldering cigar butts melting into the snow. The next cigar butt is mine. Watch your head down there. Watch out.
I'll grab a few smaller chunks of ice, just in case I come across any fine bourbons on my travels. I'm feeling lucky. Let's see where this leads. This place looks familiar. Of course, as an expert scout, orientation is one of many survival skills I possess, which means I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm going round in circles. I felt a draft at one stage, so there's got to be another route out. I'll light the burner. It's certainly not my favorite flavor, but it's burning. Okay, so if I just stand here and watch which way the smoke goes... Bingo! It's drifting down the left-hand passage. Oh, this place smells like Gus's house. I can't reach it. I can see the light. Ha! Always wanted to say that. There's a thin layer of ice covering most of the crevasse, but I can still feel the draft. Hey, a pocket knife. Of course. All the blades are broken off. Why on earth wouldn't they be? I should have known. Oh well, the corkscrew's still in one piece. Someone had their priorities right. Building rubble, wood scraps, and other rubbish. Nothing useful. Aside from that, most of it's frozen. I'll put some lumps of ice in the pot. Let's see what I can carve out. Not much, as it turns out, but I've used the corkscrew to pull out the knot. Let's see. Yes, it fits the hole in the lid. At least it has a handle now. I'll put a few pages up here between the scraps of wood. The newspapers are burning. Let's hope the rest of it catches. Still, it should manage to melt the ice, provided I've got a few years to kill. Oh wait, I'm on a top priority secret mission. I need a new plan. Okay, let's see what happens. The steam's escaping through the sides of the lid. A pot with a lid. I'll put some lumps of ice in the pot. Okay, let's seal up the edge of the lid. Let's see what happens next. The practical side of physics isn't bad. The wooden bullet thing went straight through the ceiling of ice. My word, a grappling hook. I am so resourceful. Aim well. That must be the tent we saw from above. I hope our guy's okay. Let's see if I can use any of this. Well, on the plus side, there's a grenade here. On the downside, it's most likely a dud. Looks like he's repairing the truck. Locked. I can't open the vent. No, no, and no again. Ouch, ouch, ouch! Hot! The water would cause a short circuit. Sounds promising.
Mensch, what's happened now? Must be the generator.
What now? You can't stay in there forever.
Hey, now what's wrong? Hallo? Hilfe! Can anyone hear me out there? Something's blocking the door. Hallo?
Good thing the generator in the other hut's loud enough to drown out his shouting.
Okay, I'll ask you again. How did the monk and your lieutenant escape the monastery? Which secret passage did they use? We can go on like this for days. I have hundreds of these records, and you seem to enjoy the music. Or surely you would object. If it's still too quiet, I'd be happy to turn up the volume.
My word, it's Thomas. Thomas Finch. He's an officer in Richard's unit. I knew him from the service back in Hong Kong. It looks like they're torturing him with German marching music. It's booming through his headphones. A fate worse than death. I could deal with this guard, if he wasn't as wide as a door frame. Since I left my black belt at home, I'll have to be a bit more subtle. This guy's a machine. One-on-one, he'd mince me. I can't get over there without getting caught by Mr. Kick My Ass. Yes, I can use this to lift the lid a bit. Let's see what I can pull out through the gap. I've covered the edges of the pieces with glue. Now they just need to go back together. I can pick up, turn and set down the pieces. No reason why I shouldn't be able to handle this. This big piece is probably a good starting point. I'll leave it here. Job done. I've glued the record back together. Of course, the light-coloured glue in the cracks won't stand up to scrutiny. At all. A buzzsaw blade. I'll take it out of the cover. I should take the record out before I put glue on the cover. Don't need sticky stuff all over the shop. I did a top-notch repair job. I don't want to ruin it by getting glue everywhere. Better wait till it's dry. Perfect. We've got marching soldiers on the front cover. Hey, maybe I'll sell this as a collector's item instead. If I'm lucky, Hans won't notice it's not marches. Something tells me Thomas will.
What the? This record has been glued back together. What idiot did this?
Damn it. He noticed the glued cracks and threw the record out. Hey, maybe I'll sell this as a collector's item instead. A saw blade. It looks like a fine collection of military marches. If only poor Josephine Baker knew. A stick grenade, German model. The fuse is missing. Corkscrews are for unscrewing corks. Not dismantling military equipment.
I've unscrewed the top of the grenade and poured out the gunpowder.
It looks like... It looks like a... If I'm lucky...
What the?
Damn it. He noticed the glued cracks and threw the record out.
The gunpowder's sticking to the glue in the cracks. You can hardly see them. The record looks as good as new.
Hey, maybe I'll sell this as a collector's item instead. If I'm lucky, Hans won't notice it's not March's. Something tells me Thomas will.
Okay, here comes a real smasher.
Yeah. I meant that to happen. Job done. Hope no one heard the explosion.
Thomas? Wait, I'll take off the headphones.
Fenton Paddock? What the hell are you doing here?
I'll explain later. You have to listen to me now. We don't have much time. I need to know what happened.
I suppose we were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
What do you mean?
Well, our mission was to survey the area. Richard's maps were taking us towards some key defense points. An old monastery set near a valley. It was dark when we got here. The search for the monastery was due to begin the following morning. We were prepping our gear and setting up camp when we heard explosions. The monastery was set on a mountain slope, and we could make out someone trying to blast open the entrance. We couldn't tell, but we assumed they were bandits. Richard ordered an attack. The maps showed a second, hidden entrance to the monastery, so we took a team up and made contact with the monks. We got in touch with the abbot, or whatever they call him, but we were too late. They stormed the main entrance. We were massively outnumbered. Didn't have a chance. The old monk hid Richard and I in a secret chamber. He was scared. Didn't think he'd make it. He told us something we were to remember at all costs.
And what was that?
He said, "The door is guarded by two dragons, Yao the Strong and Zhao the Wise. Zhao, the mother, is twice as old as her son, Yao." Something like that. Anyway, he made it, along with Richard, but I took a bullet and wound up here. I only realised then why we were overrun. Nazis put up a better fight than bandits, I guess.
What are the Germans doing here anyway?
They found something very exciting in the monastery, but I haven't the faintest idea what it is. In any event, it's important enough to the boss around here, that Countess von Hagenhilt, to slaughter innocent monks. They kept asking me how to open the secret chamber, but I didn't give them anything. I suppose whatever they're looking for is in there.
You mean you didn't tell them anything about this dragon code?
No, not a word.
What happened to Richard?
I assume he and the monk made it to the chamber, but I really don't know.
So Richard might still be there?
Well, maybe, if they had some supplies. But he might even have made it out.
Well, whichever the case, I'm going to find him. That chamber, where exactly is it?
In a kind of courtyard. There's a secret mechanism on the west wall.
Right. Thomas, Do you have any idea how we can get out of here?
You're a card. The best thing would be to leave the same way you came, don't you think?
Yeah, we can forget about that. I kind of fell down a crevasse. Besides, you don't look like you're up for any sheer rock faces quite yet.
There are trucks leaving the camp several times a day. Maybe that's an option.
Sounds interesting. Are you okay?
Fenton, you're back with the forces. Where's the rescue unit?
No. Listen to me, Thomas. Is everything okay? Are you injured?
Well, my ears are still ringing a bit and I'm pretty knackered. They haven't let me sleep for 3 days.
Can you stand up?
Not as long as I'm handcuffed to this crate.
Okay, I can take care of that. Okay, I'll find something to unlock the cuffs.
Might I suggest the key?
The explosion knocked him out, but it takes more than being engulfed by flames to kill a monster like him. Not really my size, but what's this in the pockets? Perfect. The smallest key fits. The cuffs are open.
Thomas, let's get out of here. Can you walk?
I've had better days.
Maybe you better hang here until I can find us a way out.
I'll check out the trucks. Get out of here in style. He's in bad shape. I need to think about how I'm going to get him out of here. The explosion knocked him out, but it takes more than being engulfed by flames to kill a monster like him.
I'll put the uniform on first. Blend in with the locals.
I doubt Thomas is better off in there. I have to get him out of this camp. I can't climb down there with Thomas. He's still too weak. Hey, yeah, I can just drive Thomas out of here. I can hide him in the back of the truck. If we make it past the gate, we're home dry. Okay, Thomas is hiding in the back of the truck. If my luck holds, then the key's in the ignition.
Hey, what are you doing there, Junge? Another one caught the bug. It's this weather. I've had a cold this entire time.
Yeah, can hardly speak.
Don't worry about it. You wanted to go to the monastery, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Did the men up there order another truck? At this time of the day? I've told those fools 100 times that I will not allow a convoy to drive up there at this time of the day. They better learn to stick to the rules. No truck leaves the base after 1600, unless they've made a find of utmost priority up at the monastery. What's all this about anyway? What needs to be picked up so urgently?
Well,
what did they say on the radio? Whatever, I just need the military assignment form, filled out in full. Have them give you one in the radio room. If the finds are particularly important, I can send you up with a truck. I'll be in the barracks. But don't come back unless we're talking really important finds. Otherwise, we'll have it picked up in the morning.
Very well. Radio room, form, and important find. Off we go. Locked. It's always the last key, isn't it? Doors open. Thank goodness. Nobody here. These papers here look like the special assignment forms the guard was talking about. I'll take one with me. Not much point without a second recorded tape. I better leave the list hanging there. Okay. Which of these list entries is important enough to make the guard approve a special trip to the monastery? I filled in the form with one of the lost objects. If it's important enough, I'll get my hands on a truck to transport it. I love forms as much as the next guy, but I really don't think I need another. At least if I get a sudden hankering, I know where I can find more. Let's hear this recording.
After 2 hours of traditional marching band torture or oral discomfort treatment, I continue to question him regarding Object 28. He continues to claim he has no knowledge of the item in question. Object 28 is vital to the success of our project. Further questioning scheduled.
Object 28? What project? Cheeky Nazis. I better leave the list hanging there. I filled in the form with one of the lost objects.
Here's the form.
What, you're bothering me with this? Tell the men at the monastery this is a joke. We'll send the truck up tomorrow morning.
A man can never use enough forms.
Okay. Which of these list entries is important enough to make the guard approve a special trip to the monastery?
Here's the form.
What? Teufel, what a find! Frau Hagenhild will be thrilled. Los, what are you standing around for? Start the truck and head up there.
Zu Befehl.
We can't get any higher in the truck. You'll have to continue on foot from here.
How far is it?
800 meters, maybe a kilometer. The path forks halfway. Head to the left to reach the side entrance.
Okay. You head back down the pass with Kim. Try to make it to the Indian border. When you get there, contact...
Hello?
Yes?
This is one of your terrible jokes, right?
What do you mean?
This is the second time you've tried to palm me off. You're sending me away with a complete stranger? Sorry, no offense.
None taken.
Kim, I've known Thomas for a long time. He's not about to sell you for a camel. I, on the other hand...
Oh, please. Where exactly would you be right now if it weren't for me?
Kim...
Impaled on an argali, stuck down a crevasse?
I'm not saying you haven't helped, but this is no place for young girls.
Oh, of course. I forgot. You infiltrated the German camp all on your own.
Fine. My life's achievements I owe entirely to you. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Close enough. So your friend here can just head on down the mountain on his own. Sorry, nothing against you.
No problem.
Fine. Fine. Just stop yelling before you bring the whole German army down on us. But I'm warning you, this is not playtime. It's a very serious rescue mission. You'll do what I say, when I say it, and without complaining.
Deal.
You better get going, Thomas.
Okay. Good luck, you two. If I were in better shape, I'd be with you. Look after him, Kim. I'll head for northern India and contact Lord Weston from there.
Good luck, Thomas.